Karen Curry Parker here with your weekly Human Design Evolution Report. A lot of the astrologer reports that I've been reading for this week have said that this week's going to be a little bit dodgy with a lot of tension, a lot of relationship stuff coming up, a lot of energies with agreements that are misunderstood and broken. I'm going to tell you that, and I may get in big trouble for this, but I'm going to weigh in a different place with this. I actually don't think that compared to some of the other stuff we've been going through for the last couple of weeks, that this week is going to be as bad or as intense as some of the astrologers are predicting. There's a difference sometimes between the celestial weather and the impact and the energy in human design and the way we interpret it versus traditional astrology. I'm not saying either one is better than the other, but I'm just going to say that the human design system oftentimes offers us a little bit of a different insight and a little bit of a different awareness about the impact of the celestial weather and how it's influencing us in terms of our own evolution and consciousness expansion, which is really what it's all about for us, consciousness expansion. And certainly I would say that this week the theme is consciousness expansion. We are wrestling with and embracing and evolving with the idea of how can we take this perception that we have of what is consciousness? And that's a really good question for you to ask yourself this week. What is consciousness? How can we take inspiration, ideas, possibilities, the direction of spirit? How can we take the willingness that we have to surrender to a bigger plan that serves something even greater than what we can conceive in our human minds? How do we take all of this lofty kind of non-grounded energy and bring it down into our concrete, everyday, physical expression of life? This week, we're really looking at how can I create habits and patterns in my life, daily ways of being. It doesn't have to be daily for some of us. Some of you are going to be much more inclined towards a daily pattern and habit than others. And if you really struggle with creating a daily pattern and habit, don't beat yourself up. That may not be your gig, all right? But we are still looking at what structural frameworks, what habits do I need to have in my life? What ways of being do I need to have in my life that really help me solidify and ground what it is that I know is truth from a metaphysical perspective, or the inspirations that I have that I'm playing with. So we're very grounded this week, and we're operating in a place of making decisions and choices based on our wisdom and our experience. So really important this week that you don't second guess your own wisdom and your own experience. At the same time, really important this week that you trust that something new and different than what has happened before can manifest for you. Don't get stuck in the idea that, oh, because I've already done that and it happened this way, that it can't happen in a brand new and a different way this week. Because certainly the theme for this week is, again, anchoring consciousness into form, and also the theme of alignment. We are aligning this week with natural order. We are aligning with rhythms and consistency, and we're aligning with the flow of life. And when you can understand that your experiences maybe from the past may be very different, maybe have been out of alignment, that this week is a really good opportunity for you to really align your life with what you know is truth. That sounds really funky and abstract. The bottom line is this. This week you're going to be looking at your patterns and your habits. You're going to be really looking at how can you make sure that your patterns and your habits really support you in creating and manifesting what you want. Focus on the patterns and habits this week. Don't focus on the end results, because I will say, in terms of the celestial weather, we still have a little bit of this gummy, gooey, cosmic taffy stuff going on. And I will say that in particular this week, you might find that it's affecting finances. You know, it's not completely like retrograde totally, but it's definitely sort of that push me, pull you quality. So you may have financial agreements or financial expectations, and they may not be showing up quite as quickly as you were anticipating. That doesn't mean they're not coming. But there's a gap here in this financial flow. And certainly I would say for us this week, don't panic about the money. Again, all of the planets and the outer planets are teaching us, let go and trust. Let go and trust. Panic always pushes us into a place of desperation, and then we start making bad decisions and doing things we don't want to do. Don't compromise. This is a really short-term cycle that's going to give you the power and the capacity to be supported, to have opportunities to do what you need to do to take care of yourself, but, but also a really good opportunity to work on your abundance consciousness and your financial awareness and look at, are your patterns and your habits in your life really supporting you being good with money, having money, taking care of money, manifesting money, and allowing yourself, as you look at patterns and habits, to make sure that all that stuff is lining up. The natural flow of life, and the chart shows this, the human design chart shows this. When we look at it as a blueprint, nobody is designed to be broke. Some of us have financial themes, and those financial themes are ultimately always tied to faith and learning how to have faith and to trust in the universe. And we're not designed to be broke. We're designed to be fully supported in manifesting our life purpose to the full extent that we desire to, that we want to the full, to the extent that we can fully express the truth of who we are and be completely supported. So don't panic, but definitely a time to look at, where am I at with my money in my head? Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on in the mind and in the mental planes, lots of inspirational energy. Please remember that as you get inspired, to wait and follow through on the inspiration when the universe shows you what the next step is. You don't have to figure this stuff all out. Don't get stuck in your heads. Definitely this week, go outside, get grounded, connect with nature, connect with the grass, connect with natural order, connect with animals. That's a quality of a pattern or a habit that will keep you grounded and fully manifesting all of the inspiration that's coming through you, all of the consciousness that's moving through you, and support you even more deeply in aligning with nature and natural order, and also support you more deeply in creating the patterns and the habits that you need to sustain yourself, to create an openness to receiving, an openness to stewardship for ideas, an openness to the possibility of success in every way. That's it. Next week, I'll be broadcasting live from New Mexico, and we will be talking about more forward momentum, because we're definitely coming out of the goo and emerging back into the light. And as each week progresses towards July, things are getting better. So take good care of yourself. Have a great week.